All right, today we're going to be working on solving two-step inequalities. This is digits 13.3. So let's go ahead and look at your notes. Go ahead and pause the video and copy these notes down on solving inequalities. All right, the last lesson we focused on solving simple inequalities or one-step inequalities. Today we're going to look at solving two-step inequalities. So how do I solve an inequality? We use the same process as solving two-step equations to solve inequalities. Use the inverse or opposite operation to solve two-step inequalities. So we're going to use the work backward strategy. So the first thing we do is we take care of addition and subtraction. Then we take care of multiplication and division. Remember, if you multiply or divide by a negative number, you must flip the inequality symbol. All right, let's look at this first example together. We have 3x plus 4 is greater than 13. The first thing that we're going to do is undo addition and subtraction. So here we have plus 4. The opposite of adding 4 would be to subtract 4 from both sides of our inequality, and that would give us 3x is greater than 13 minus 4, which is 9. The opposite of multiplying by 3 is to divide by 3. And since we're dividing by a positive number, we do not have to flip our sign. So x is greater than 9 divided by 3 is 3. All right, let's look at this next example together. We have negative 6 times x plus 9 is greater than 33. The opposite of adding 9 would be to subtract 9 from both sides of our inequality. So we have our negative 6x, which is what we bring down. Then we have greater than. Now we're going to subtract 33 minus 9 is 24. The opposite of multiplying by negative 6 is to divide by negative 6. Now remember, when we multiply or divide by a negative number, we flip the sign. So now x will be less than 24 divided by negative 6 is negative 4. So x is less than negative 4. All right, let's look at example number 3 together. 5x plus 6 is less than 16. The first step is to undo addition and subtraction. So we're going to get rid of plus 6. The opposite of adding 6 would be to subtract 6 from both sides of our inequality. Now we have 5x is less than 16 minus 6 is 10. The opposite of multiplying by 5 is to divide by 5. So we divide both sides of our inequality by 5, and x is less than 2. Now we're going to graph this on our number line. So we have all positive numbers in our solution set. Now, since this is a less than symbol, we're going to use an open circle. And this time we see that we're going to shade to the left because x is less than 2. So x is any number that is smaller than 2. So for example, x could be 1, 0, negative 2. Those would be numbers within the solution set. Try to solve example number 4 on your own. You're going to solve and then graph your solution on the number line. example number 4. Remember, the first step is to undo addition and subtraction. The opposite of adding 7 would be to subtract 7 from both sides of our inequality. If you do not remember your integer rules, make sure you're using your t-chart to help you. So we have negative 7x is less than or equal to, we have negative 28 and negative 7. Remember, when our numbers are on the same side of our t-chart, then we're going to add. So we're going to add 28 plus 7. That's going to give us negative 35. The opposite of multiplying by negative 7 is to divide by negative 7. Remember, when we multiply or divide by a negative number, we flip our inequality symbol. So now, less than or equal to becomes greater than or equal to. Negative 35 divided by negative 7 is positive 5. So we're going to graph this on our number line. We're going to have a closed circle because our solution set includes 5. And this time we're going to shade to the right because x is any number greater than or equal to 5. Alright, let's look at example number 5 together. We have x divided by 3 plus 8 is greater than or equal to 12. First, we're going to undo addition and subtraction. The opposite of adding 8 is subtracting 8. So we're going to subtract 8 from both sides of our inequality. X divided by 3 is greater than or equal to 12 minus 8, which is 4. Here we have division. The opposite of dividing by 3 is to multiply by 3. So we're going to multiply both sides of our inequality by 3, and x is greater than or equal to 12. So now we're going to graph that solution on our number line. This time we're going to have a closed circle on the 12 because it includes 12, and we're going to shade to the right. So x is any number greater than or equal to 12. So x could be 12, 13, 14, 15, or any larger number. Go ahead and try to solve example number 6 on your own. For number 6, we're going to use the distributive property in order to solve our inequality. So we're going to multiply negative 5 times everything in parentheses. So that gives us negative 5 times 3n plus negative 5 times 6 is greater than or equal to 30. Negative 5 times 3n is negative 15n. Then we have negative 5 times 6, which is 30, or negative 30. So that's going to be negative 30 is greater than or equal to 30. So again, negative 5 times 3n is negative 15n. Negative 5 times 6 is negative 30. Now we're going to begin by undoing addition and subtraction. The opposite of subtracting 30 would be to add 30 to both sides of our inequality. Negative 15n is greater than or equal to 60. The opposite of multiplying by negative 15 is to divide by negative 15. Remember, when we multiply or divide by a negative number, we must flip our inequality symbol. So now we have n is less than or equal to 60 divided by negative 15, which is going to be negative 4. So we're going to graph our solution on the number line. Again, we're going to have a closed circle on -4 because it includes 4. And this time we're going to shade to the left. So n is any number less than or equal to -4. All right, go ahead and copy down these two inequalities and solve them in your notes on your own. All right, go ahead and check your work compared to mine. For the first one, you should have x is less than or equal to 8. And for the second one, x is greater than 26. All right, go ahead and copy down these last two problems to solve on your own. Remember, when solving inequalities, the variable needs to be on the left side of the inequality symbol. When we rewrite the first equation, we should have x minus 4 is less than 9. We see that it is still open, our symbol is still open towards the 9, so we wrote it correctly, and x is less than 13. For the second one, we rewrite our inequality as 2x plus 1 is greater than 13. Again, it's open towards the same side that it began with. So we solve our two-step inequality, and x is greater than 6.